Hi, in this video I'm going to show you a couple of moves that are going to support your immune system by improving the motility of the lymph around the body. So the lymph is what carries immune cells around the body, as well as takes away the waste of metabolic processes in the cells away from the tissues that it runs through. So it's really important that we keep our lymphatic system in shape by movement, because it doesn't have any other means of circulating apart from contraction and relaxation of muscles. So we're going to start on our back. So when you're laying down on your back, you always want to make sure that your ribs are not sticking up, and if they are, it's good to put something under your upper back like a little folded blanket or towel, in order to bring the bottom ribs down in line with the pelvis. And what you also want to make sure is that your chin is not in the air and your neck is not compressed like so, but rather you want to put a little cushion under your head so that the back of your neck is long and the chin can relax down towards the chest without you having to pull it down. So from here, we are going to take our arms to the side and go up and down with the arms. And what this does is it introduces movement along one of the main axes of the body where lymphatic clusters are situated, which is the armpit. That same area is being moved and drained if you walk with a proper arm swing. So as you take your arms up and down, you want to turn your arms so that your thumb is touching the floor and is sliding on the floor as you go up and down with your arms, or the back of your hand is touching the floor. And as you do this, you also want to make sure that your chest isn't going up and down with the movement. So you want your chest to stay on the floor at all times. And if this is not possible, that means that you need to put more bolstering here. So you need a thicker folded blanket or whatever you use in order to be able to keep your chest on the ground at all times, which keeps your spine in neutral. And something else you want to pay attention to is can you bring your elbow a bit higher than your wrist sits? This is a great chest opener, and it's one of the main exercises that we use when we start to restore the core, because the core muscle function is really connected to the shoulders. Another main axis of the body that we have clusters of lymphatic nodes is the groin and the iliacus. And so I'm going to show you the next exercises with the arms, but we're going to combine it with a stretch for the legs as well and the hips. And so I'm going to face the camera this way, but before that I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the legs. So we are going to take one foot and put it on the shin of the opposite leg, and this is how you are going to lay down. So that's how it looks. And if when you do that you feel too much of a stretch, you can put a stack of pillows under that knee so that it doesn't go all the way down and it doesn't pull too much here. So from here we're going to take our arms in and out, so towards the body and out of the body, and you're going to see if you can take and meet your elbows before you meet your wrists, like so, or can you meet just the elbows and not the wrists? And this can be quite challenging, so you can touch the arms along the lower arms, but make sure that the first point of contact, you at least try to be the elbows. And change sides with the legs. So I'm gonna put now my left foot over my right shin and relax on the floor. And again, if I need, I'm going to put bolstering under the left knee. And now, as you put together the elbows and the wrists, you are going to take your arms up and down overhead. And it's a great shoulder stretch and opener, and introduces lots of mobility in those areas that we don't usually use as much as we should. Now I'm going this way again. So I'm laying on my back, and I'm going to walk my left foot to the left, and then my right foot to the left, and then my whole body is going to make a crescent on the floor, and then I'm gonna hold my right arm at the wrist with my left hand, and I'm going to introduce a little pull, and this is what we call the crescent stretch. But you want to make sure here that your pelvis doesn't roll and it stays on the floor. And I'm going to take a few breaths in and out, and then I'm going to walk my body to the opposite direction. So I'm walking my right leg to the right, and then my left leg to the right, and then I'm taking my left arm with my right hand, and I'm staying there without rolling my pelvis or my rib cage for that matter. And again, I'm staying here for a couple of breaths. With the exercises that we want to use for lymphatic motility, it's not so important to spend a long time in the position, but rather to move more, because the contraction and relaxation is what really makes the lymph move around. So we're going to do another quick round of that, just for a few breaths. And the breath is also a powerful means of movement, especially in the ribs. It mobilizes the internal organs as well. It mobilizes the little muscles between the ribs. And what we're going to do now is, with one straight leg, we're going to take the other foot a little bit to the side, and then try to drop the knee to the floor in one direction, and then roll it in the other direction. And this also introduces movement in the hip joint, which many people find tight. And you're going to do that on the other side too. So just turning the knee in and out. And you can combine this with holding the knee down as much as you can and doing a crescent stretch to the left for a few breaths, and then holding the knee down, doing a crescent stretch to the right. And then changing sides. So taking the left knee in and doing a crescent stretch to the left, and doing a crescent stretch to the right. Okay, thank you for watching this. I run really quickly through the exercises because I wanted to just give you an idea of what you can do to support your immune system and the circulation of lymph. But if you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to let me know.